Joke's on them. You got just one of the rarest items in the game now. I see how much work you did and put in this, and I appreciate it. This was work well done.
Look at that, guys. I'm about to die. Get out of the zone quick.
Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be showing you all of the hidden changes of Frostborn, and there are so many of them. So the first thing that I just want to mention is that all of the zones are now PvP zones again. So that is 5 changes right there, and then the Freyr's Land is gone. That's another 2 changes. That's a pretty big deal. Those of you who really like the zone truce, who like Freyr's Land, are going to be sad at first. But once you learn what is on the other side of the wall, you are going to be so happy with this update, because everything you liked about the zone truce is available to you in the new winter zone, and it's even better. It's so much better than you ever could have imagined. So we're gonna go there. This game has been completely changed. The idea of getting resources is completely different. Copper is easy to get, maple's easier to get. There's so many things. So this update is amazing, and I'm going to go through all of it, but let me kind of go through a few things step by step. So one thing, if you guys watched my video yesterday or maybe the day before, where I introduced all of the new weapons of Frostborn. There are 8 new weapons, which is crazy to get 8 new weapons in one update. They are awesome weapons. They have some cool skills, and they also made a change to the fire axe. So you can see here that the fire axe is now a very rare item, and but it's not really any better. So it's good, and it does cone damage still, everything it used to do, but it's not really a better item. It's just labeled differently. And then with those 8 weapons, they added a bunch of new concepts into the game. So the Ice Scythe now has an assassination effect. It does extra damage the closer they are to being killed. It's really a sorcerer weapon. The healer could use it. The shaman might want to use it, but you know, the sorcerer is definitely the one that's probably going to be using that the most. And then we got the Ice Axe, which does a lifesteal. You get 10% of the damage you do back at you, which is going to be really awesome for the Thrasher and Berserk. Oh, I didn't even think about the Berserk. That's going to be huge for the Berserk. Though I'm not 100% sure it'll be enough to get the Berserk to show up in PvP, because it's kind of weak right now, but it's still, you know, it's still a good weapon for him. So then they added the Frost Sword and Shield, which decreases your skill cooldown. They added a Frost Crossbow, which can scare enemies. They added a Frost Club that not only makes people do less damage like a weakening club, but it also slows them down, and it's like a consistent slowdown. It's a really good weapon. All of these are blue weapons, but they're really good ones. They got this blue dagger, which like has critical hits every once in a while. It's not that good. Then they have Kyrgyz staff, which, you know, it's a decent blue mage staff, where it cuts down how much healing the enemy can do. And then there's the ice wand, healing wand, that can heal your whole team every once in a while. None of them are amazing. I mean, this Reaper staff is the best for the Ice Scythe. Is like good for the sorcerer, maybe the best for the sorcerer. I'm not sure. It's okay. And then the Ice Axe might be a competitive weapon with the stun hammer and the cleaver and so on, but it's not like it's super OP. It's not going to break the game. It's not destroying the game. And those are the only 2 purple weapons. And really the other weapons, maybe the Frost Crossbow is a little OP in a 4v4 setting. We're not 100% sure yet. It looks really powerful. We'll see. If it starts showing up in purple fights as a blue, then we'll know, yeah, it actually is as OP as I think it might be. So if you guys want to see more of those weapons, make sure to check out my video I did yesterday or the day before, where it talked about all of the new Frost weapons. They also added 11 new workbenches. So this is the cooking pot. You can see here these different recipes. So this one workbench is, 4 hidden changes, because we've also got these recipes, and you can see that Dragon Ale protects you from the cold, which for 15 minutes, so that's pretty useful in the winter zone. It's not needed. You don't have to have Dragon's Ale to survive in the winter, but it is, kind of nice to have it if you can make it. Goulash is a new food that is like the new best food in the game. It does, 6 healing per second, which is pretty amazing for a food item. But again, it is a food item. And then the healing mixture is really powerful. When you start drinking it, it will give you 15 health per second until you move or someone hits you, and it just keeps giving you 15 health per second up to 180 health. So it does a lot of healing. So in addition to being new recipes, they're also new items and they're also new concepts. So each of these, like this healing salve, really represents 3 hidden changes just in and of itself. Which to some of you, you might be like, well, why don't you just count it as one change? And the reason I don't is because that's a big deal. It has a different feel to the game than just one change. It has a lot of different aspects of the healing salve that change the game. It's now something you can craft. It is now something you can use. It is now a new concept introduced into the game of, ooh, I need to shoot him so he doesn't keep healing because he's using a healing mixture. So it's a really cool concept into the game. So you can see here, it's 4 minutes for Dragon Ale, 2 minutes for Goulash, and 10 minutes for healing mixture. Not a lot, but these are pretty expensive recipes. So they're not going to be something you can just start busting out, without a little bit of work. Another workbench they added, 2 more workbenches they added that are a little bit more complex, is they added the Blacksmith's Forge. And the Blacksmith's Workbench is, it's big. It takes up 4 tiles, which is a new concept into the game. But then you can add these 4 other workbenches really anywhere in your base, and it upgrades this one. So when you first get the forge, you can only do one of these. I forget which one it is. But then once you get more workbenches, you can unlock these other 4, and it lowers the amount of time to craft those items by almost half once you get all of them. So this is kind of a big deal, being able to add metal parts, dragon scales, using bone fastener. This is actually, the bone fasteners into dragon scales is the biggest one that really blows my mind, because dragon scales were kind of rare, and now bone fasteners, I mean, some people that grind for a lot and don't make a lot of bows will just have so many bone fasteners. So this is a big deal. This is going to allow a lot more bone fasteners. Resin, some people run out of resin. I don't ever run out of resin, but some people do. Maple is going to be a lot easier to farm nowadays. I'll tell you why. Even iron's going to be a lot easier to farm. I don't know why you would ever need that many pliers. Frosted rawhide is not easy to farm, but it is unlimited. So, and it's almost a guaranteed amount each zone. Getting bears, getting northern wolves, northern bears, and northern deer are going to drop these frosted rawhides. And so if you need leather strips, instead of just kind of farming the green zone and resetting it, it's kind of annoying, you can now go to a place that kind of gives you a guaranteed source of leather strips. And so that's a pretty good one right there. But be careful not to use too much of your frosted rawhide, because you will need them for quests, which I'll explain here in a little bit. So, I mean, this represents 36 hidden changes. The 5 new recipes, the 5 new workbenches, the new concepts, the new concept of a workbench augmenting another workbench. There are so many different changes attached to having the Blacksmith Forge. And it's also going to change the dynamics of the game. This doesn't count as a hidden change, but it's going to change the dynamics of the game, because now when you're trying to craft this weapon right here, everything is gatherable at this point. It used to be that the chains and the pliers and the fish glue were not gatherable, but the wood and the iron was pretty easy to gather. You'd have to be lucky with the chains and pliers. Well, that's no longer the case anymore. You can convert iron into pliers, and, well, technically you can craft chains, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's kind of ridiculously expensive. But for example, the wizard staff, now with dragon scales, like you can craft dragon scales out of bone fasteners. So you could look at this recipe and say, oh, well, I don't have a lot of dragon scales, but I do have a lot of bone fasteners. And then eventually start making wizard staffs, which you can then turn into Odin's to get more points. Okay, so likewise, there is this magic table, the magic workbench, which is kind of the same thing. You got the initial one, it takes up 4 tiles, and then you got 4 other things that augment it, and so you can do this recipe. Oh my gosh, Are you freaking serious? No freaking way. Devs, I love you. I cannot believe you did this. This is amazing. Guys, look what it requires to make fish glue. That's a change within a change. The first OBT did not have that. You can now turn bones into fish glue. Star Snipe, you keeping all those bones. I don't know if you still play Frostborn or not, but you had like 1,000,000 bones in your base and people were giving you a hard time for that. Joke's on them. You got just one of the rarest items in the game now. So, anyways, that is awesome. Fish glue is now... That's amazing. I cannot believe that. That is such a great move, devs. Way to go on that. This is actually pretty doable too. I think it would probably be easier to get 2 fire blooms than it is to go find a ghost flower. Maybe not, but it is a way to grind for ghost flower. So that's good. I would not do this, but you also don't need soul stones. And this is not bad either. Yeah, this is amazing. Oh my gosh. I love what they did with the magic workbench, okay? That was a great job, devs. The magic workbench, I would say focus on that first. You know, those recipes are much better than the ones over there. This is actually gonna really help us to be able to get fish glue so easily, to be able to get another source of getting ghost flowers, another source of getting oil. Those are items that we need a lot. And so that is amazing that the devs did that. So that was awesome. I was a little disappointed about the magic table because when Frostborn first came out, they teased the idea that there would be a magic table that we could... Is it still in there? I don't think it's in here. There used to be the idea of a magic table laboratory. There used to be an idea of a magic table that you could craft and actually build your own type of spell. And that was a really interesting concept. Okay, look at this. I'm going to keep this bone now because it's actually worth something. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so these recipes are not as good. The dragon skills is good. Honestly, it's just the leather strips that I don't like. Really, I just think it should be one piece of leather turns into one leather strip, which I realize it's like 5 times easier than what they have right now. Not that crazy. I've been playing Albion online a little bit. Shh, don't tell anybody, but I've been playing on the mobile phone with it. And, you know, it's not that crazy to have some easy things for you. You know, like that's part of playing a game. You don't have to make everything hard, you know? Anyways, so that's all of the workbenches. That's all of the new recipes. But you'll probably notice there must be a lot of new items in the game, and there are so many new resources in the game, so we're going to show you guys that. But first I wanted to show you guys this because this right here represents 20 to 30 hidden changes by itself. Okay, so this right here I'm going to show you. Some of you have already forgotten. All right, here it is. So this is the old gate. You can see that they made over 30 changes just to the art of this gate. I mean, look at this. These little round things turned into square things. They added the longer pot. They added a stairway. They added snow in here. They added a glowing of the door. They added glowing of the eyes. They added a reflection to this part. This horn versus that horn. You've got, these are pretty much the same. There's a few little tweaks there. But then look how much different the gate itself is. You know, we've got just a little mountain and then nothingness, and now we've got this epic gate. It actually branches more. I'll show you in a second. It branches more than that. And some of you might be like, that should only be one hidden change. And I'm like, well, you tell that to the dev that did all of this work. I bet it didn't feel like one change to the dev. I see you, dev. I see how much work you did and put in this, and I appreciate it. This was work well done. Thank you for putting so much work into this picture. Wow, I am so impressed with what you created. This is marvelous. So for those of you who don't really care about the dev's feelings and still think it should be one change, well, I don't know. It's my channel, so I guess get over it because that's what we're gonna do. This is amazing. The effects on this, the graphics on this are amazing. So you can see here when you're in the, you know, the phone itself, You can see the wall is really big. They've got these ice crystals that come up to it. The graphics are just absolutely insane right here. And you can pull it down to see the winter zones. And this is actually a zone in and of itself. Once you clear it the first time, you'll probably never go into this zone again. But this zone, when you first get it, there's just a few mobs. It's not that hard. In fact, I'm hoping to come out with a video soon that shows you guys how to do this. Whoa, they added this. Look at that. There's another hidden change. Look at this. You got little snowman figures that you can break. It's kind of fun. Okay, so look at this. Look at the graphics on this. I mean, look at that. Oh my gosh, that's where the fire goes. This matches with what we just looked at. All of these graphics. Look at that. Ah, so epic. And then there's this area, which is cool. It's got kind of like a rustic feel. And, ooh, it's kind of cool to look down that cliff. But look at the graphics on this, guys. I mean, this is amazing. Okay, so when you get here, you can pull this drawbridge, and then this drawbridge comes up, and that's what really unlocks the zone. You do have to get to district level 53 to get into this zone, but once you get in it, once you clear the caretaker, which I'll probably show you a caretaker in this video. It's not that hard of a boss. You've got this amazing bridge that comes up and links the two worlds. It's such a good animation. Don't miss the animation. Click that button and just sit and enjoy it. You're only going to get to enjoy it once, but it's a really good animation. So, yeah, just really well done. And then you got this little giant guy who just tells you, hey, we love little guys. Come. And it's real friendly. Real awesome. So then you're going to want to go to the Giants Camp, which is a new location in the zone. This location is a multiplayer, not PvP zone. Like it's going to be like Newheim. I wonder if as the devs add new areas into the world of Frostborn, if they're going to keep adding more Newheims. So right now we're in the beta. There's not a lot of people here, but if there were, they would all be around. Like it's just like Newheim. You'd see people getting their quests and stuff, which is just so cool. And then you got the Giant Chief, which, you know, if you guys have not seen my other video on how to get these quests, this is such a big aspect of this game. Not only are there 301 new prizes, there's 301 prizes in this quest, but it also introduces a bunch of new hidden changes. The biggest one, which if you guys have not seen that video, you really need to see it. But the biggest one is that this is available to free-to-play players, which means that for every 6 of these that you get, which is every 12 days after you get to level 60, you are going to get a level 3 wolf, which is already awesome. It's got a really cool skin. But once you are like, oh, I've got so many white wolves with so many skills, then you can start combining them together. It essentially makes getting horses in this game 5 times as free to play. Okay? Crazy. Absolutely crazy how free to play this makes this game, at least compared to how it was. So this is an amazing change. Really helps Frostborn a lot. And the way you get there, in short, I give you more tips in the other video, but in short, you talk to him every day. That gives you 5 points. And then you do these 3 quests, which gives you 45 points, 50 points in total. When you get these points, you are going to want to go to farm the resources or whatever they're asking you to do. They usually ask you to go get some of the resources, and you're going to want to do it in these zones. These two are, they are a hidden change. They did add, these locations to the game. In theory, you just can't actually access them yet. This is going to be in the next update, and then this is going to be probably the update after that. There's probably going to be a lot of developing this part of the world of Frostborn over the next month or two, and which is exciting because honestly, I'm so impressed with what they've done. If they use the same philosophy they've done with this into these, then we're going to love them. So let's go over here to the yellow zone. I don't know if you saw it flash up for a second, but basically, actually, I'm going to run back. So the yellow zone is a no PvP zone. This is a shout out to those of you who really liked the zone truce. And once you realize what is in this zone, you are going to be so happy about the zone truce. You're just going to be absolutely amazed by it. So we're going to go over here to it. So that's the zone truce area. And then for those of you who liked Freyr's Land, this is going to be an even better Freyr's Land. Not only is it a PvP zone, and it seems like the algorithms really help you match with actual players, kind of like Freyr's Land helped you match with real players, but it is so much more dynamic. And so you can see here, there's a Ice Raider. You see him go invisible? That was perfect. So these Ice Raiders is one of the new classes. And so the Ice Raider does, look at this, guys, they changed it. Oh my gosh, what is happening? That was amazing. Okay, I was wondering when they said they made it harder, it was not. Okay, you definitely need Dragon Nail. I said you didn't need Dragon Nail, but clearly they changed it. You lose 5 health and water at a time, which is crazy. There actually is some realistic aspects of that. When in a real winter storm, one of the things that people don't expect to kill them is how much it makes you hungry and thirsty. Like your body drains so much. Okay, so you saw the raiders. They're invisible. That's a new type of enemy. And then that was an enemy, but not that great. And then there's a new concept. When you farm this tree, it's going to give me 9 wood and 1 eternal ice. And so there's another enemy, new type of enemy. It's hard to keep track of all the hidden changes, honestly. Because not only was that a new enemy, but it also had a new skill we had never seen before. So you saw that ice bolt that it shoots out. That's a new type of skill. So anyways, as I was saying, when you farm these resources, they give you eternal ice and they give you more stuff. So that was iron. You just see that? I got 9 iron. Okay, everything is like triple in this zone. So if you like the zone truce, then you still have it. You just go to this zone and you experience farming, no PvP, unlimited farming, and everything is triple. Okay, you want to farm wood? This is a place to farm wood. You want to farm stone? This is a place to start farm stone. Really everything. This is the place to go. Here's the new, fire blooms. Get those when you can. These are really important. They're going to have a few different things in them. Sometimes they have monsters in them. And then sometimes they have either a dragon tier or a blacksmith tool. That's what's going to allow you to build those new workbenches. So you do want to get those, but it might end up meaning that you get attacked more. Okay, so here's an ice fighter. These guys actually have a charge. Let me see if I can get him to use his charge. There we go. So they'll actually stun you, which is pretty annoying, and actually it can be pretty devastating if you let that happen when you're like running around with your wolf or your horse or something, and that guy charges you. He can make it to where all the enemies that were targeting you get a hit or two on you. There is one little hidden thing that I mentioned in my last video, and that is if you break the stone, you get 3 eternal ice. There's more eternal ice in stone than any of the other resources. So if you're farming for eternal ice, then you're going to want to farm for stone. Boom, everything is tripled. So I just got 6 maple, same amount of hatchet. My hatchet is not hurting anymore. This zone is so insane, the amount of farming. So if you like the zone truce, then you're going to be happy with this zone. It is everything you could possibly want. And farming iron, farming, wood, whatever you want to farm, this is the zone to do it in. So let's go ahead and break this, see what we get. The northern deer are a little bit different. Obviously they're reskinned, but they also have a lot more hit points, and they have new resources. There are a few other new resources. This fighter might actually, there we go. You see that charge? That can really screw you over if you're not careful. So, okay, there's a few more items in this game. So let me try to show you guys. Okay, so you'll see that there's a lot of blueberries in here. You'll want to go ahead and pick those up when you can, just because you're going to need them for other things. There are a few hidden things in this zone. Like that. You see that? That little rune that just came up? Oh my gosh, that was so perfect timing. I could not have paid Kefir to do that. That was amazing. Okay, I was like, there's some hidden things, and then boom, a rune came up. So there was that hidden thing that slowed me. There's a few other ones. There's some that are not as hidden. So when you're next to the fire, this fire's not giving me the buff. It's supposed to protect you from the cold. The chests of the zone are pretty good. I mean, they're not like amazing, but they're pretty good. They have good stuff in them. I recommend opening them. Okay, this side here, you see that little flower bloom? That's not hidden, but it will slow you and damage you. So you see that. It did quite a bit of damage and slowed me quite a bit. So obviously be careful of those. Those could kind of mess you up, especially if you're just kind of roaming the zone. There's a brute. So brutes have 400 health, and they have a like. Actually, let me look. There we go. So stunned and slowed. So, you know, that's pretty brutal. That's a pretty brutal hit right there. So don't let the brutes hit you with their special skill. Okay, so let's go over to this PvP zone. So you can already tell why you might want to go to this PvP zone, because this zone is amazing. So if it's not resetting, you're going to want to go to this zone to get some stuff. It is basically Frey's Land in the sense that it's solo or with friends. Very high chance of running into PvP. It says rare, and I hope it's not, because that would be very disappointing. Oh, it's saying in comparison it's rare. Actually, I still hope it's not. I hope the algorithms never match me with a bot, because I'm so tired of getting matched with a bot. Yeah, so we're going to go in with friends. I've already met a lot of people in this zone, which is kind of crazy for the OBT. So I think it's there. So let's look real quick. No, look at that. I'm losing 10 food and 10... I'm going to die. Look at that, guys. I'm about to die. Get out of the zone quick. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. We need to come up with a new strategy. I thought that my dragon nail was going to protect me. All right, we're entering again. I honestly don't know. I'm going to get on my... Yeah, look how fast my health and food is going down. My food and water is going down. That I got in the zone, got on my wolf, and got out, and I almost lost all of my food. So I really thought that the dragon nail was supposed to protect you. I hope it is. I hope this is a glitch, because that feels really dumb that there is no way of avoiding it. Well, now it's not going down. Oh, it's my shields that's making it not go down. Wow. All right, we got to find a fireplace quick. The fireplace is helping. It doesn't say I have... Okay, this is cool. I mean, I wish Dragon Ale would help, and I hope that's a glitch. I hope it will, but look at this. So you can survive in the winter zone. Okay, I like this a lot. Maybe I don't want Dragon Ale to help. This is so cool. All right, so I got my food and my water. So we're gonna go, and I'm gonna try to show you some stuff real quick. Oh my gosh, what was that? You see that little hidden thing? We're gonna get the buff again. I wish the dragon nail should at least make this fire buff last longer. Need to kill sorcerers anyways. Okay, so as long as you hang out by the fire, you're good. Which that's gonna make PvP in this zone during the storm so unavoidable. Like, if you know where the fireplace is, and if your team defends the fireplace, like if I hit in this bush right here, you do not want to go into the storm unless you know what you're doing, because you're going to show up and you're going to need to be next to the fireplace so you can't run away, and so, or you're going to die. So a team will just stay by this fireplace and literally camp the fireplace, the campfire, camping the campfire. That is going to be an awesome tactic. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get to show you guys much. There's an ice fighter. I want to show you, at least show you a giant. Okay, you can see, not being next to that campfire kills me. Like, so fast, it kills me. Alright, we're gonna mount our horse, our wolf, after getting fully... Alright, we're gonna mount our wolf, and we're gonna try to find a giant. I want to show you guys an ice giant. Man, I just lost almost all of my food in that one moment. This is so crazy. Okay, you gotta really hug the fire, man. You gotta hug this fire. Okay, guys, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you a giant. You guys just need to watch one of my other videos on, you know, I showed the giant multiple times in my other one, but I just can't do it here. So, okay, but you gotta hug that fire. Hug it like it's no tomorrow, and I think the dragon ale should make it to where it lasts longer. But these zones, you got 15 minutes in each zone. They're offset, so when one zone is on, the other one won't be on, and so it just kind of go to the zone that's available to you. It also feels like this zone, this storm is not the same as this storm. Let's go in real quick, but it looks like it's not nearly as painful. So yeah, you can see here. No, I had the shield. Never mind. The storm is just as bad. That storm is gonna eat you up. It still would be kind of fun to farm these zones, and I think that it might be worth farming them in the storm if you're willing to, like, just really, you know, sit by that fire. But you're not gonna be able to just you know, farm willy-nilly. Like, it's gonna take some work. So a few other changes that I haven't mentioned yet is in Newheim, they have added the Draker NPC back into the game. So I don't know if that is foretelling of what is to come or not, but he is back in the popular district. They also added a new NPC once you get to district level 53 that unlocks getting over here to Newheim. They increased the player maximum level from 99 to 130. Okay, so if you guys probably saw that it's on the free-to-play line. Okay, the paying people do not get any level advantage over the non-paying people. That's going to give you more hit points. It's going to make, which I'm actually really excited about that, because that's going to make PvP lasts a little bit longer. It's something I've been wanting in Frostborn, is to give that little bit, slow things down a little bit, create a little bit more of a strategy feel than someone just doing their jump combo and like, I won, you know. And so I'm pretty excited about that. I kind of already mentioned the resources, but there are 11 new resources in total, so that is obviously a huge change. And then there's a lot of changes that I just can't go into all of them. They added a bunch of animations to all the new, you know, workbenches. They added new sound effects. They added new mini map icons. They fixed a lot of bugs in the game. I'm sure this update is going to introduce a lot of new bugs. Even this OBT has been one that I've gotten disconnected a lot, and that's normal for an OBT. I'm really hoping they were able to work out all of those things. If enough of us joined the OBT, I was telling the devs, hey, this is happening. So hopefully we worked out all those bugs. But, you know, new updates always bring new bugs. And then I'm hoping that they tweak the algorithm. I didn't count that as a hidden change, but I do hope that they tweak the algorithms, because I really want there to be more PvP and less bots in the game. Though it does feel like the one thing that they've done really well is they've made it to where when you're a max level 99, you know, you match well. Now that the max level is going up to 130, I'm not sure what that's going to do with the algorithms, but hopefully it will be, hopefully it'll be good. We'll see. Oh, they also added quite a few storyline elements. When you join it, there's going to be a little bit of a quest line. There's a little bit of a story. You know, Kurga is, you know, sent by Hell, and she's kind of controlling a lot of the giants. And so these giants that are your friends are kind of like, hey, help liberate us from Kurga. And so it's kind of a cool little storyline aspect. There's a lot of little storyline, a lot of notes, a lot of commentary between you and the giants, especially when you first start out. Okay, so I just read the dev notes, and they do say that Dragon Ale is supposed to minimize the effects of the storm. I was not noticing it, and so I don't know, you know, because I have Dragon Ale. All right, let me actually, I'm gonna go in real quick and just see. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was dying, I think I was dying twice as fast. All right, so now we don't have Dragon Ale, so let's see what happens. To me, it feels very similar, but I'm sure there's something different. So hopefully either it's a bug and they're going to fix it, they're going to make Dragon Ale make a difference, or I'm missing something and there's something different about it. But anyways, either way, Dragon Ale is supposed to help, so either it already does and I'm missing it, or the devs will end up fixing it. All right, guys, well, that's it. There are so many changes. When this update drops, it's going to make the game feel like a whole new game, and it should be a lot of excitement around it. So I hope you guys like it as much as I do, and I can't wait to make a bunch of PvP videos in these zones, because I think, you know, trying to defend that campfire is going to be such an epic, it's going to make some epic PvPs. All right, guys, I'll see you.